Mic check. Okay, I'm just hanging out for a little while. I might do ASMR later. I figured, if I just do work, I don't want to do it later. So, and I have a little more free time now. At night, I'm just gonna hang out. I love this light color. I think blue is a healing light, and I think it's my color. Just really comforting. Blue's really comforting, and so is you see that Baphomet star, river star. The red color kind of fits really well with the blue. That's cool. And even though I don't know how to point. I gotta learn like how to point stuff. Even the mantra is like blue black. So yeah. And if you're the Sanatana Dharma, blue is what is blue? Blue is the next chakra right above the heart chakra. The heart chakra is known for healing. So once everything heals with the fifth chakra or the throat chakra, it's gonna develop. The throat chakra corresponds with confidence, the voice, teeth, and all that stuff. I'm gonna change the music because I refreshed it. I thought I did. This is it, I think. Yeah. Cool. All right, and I guess I'm gonna put up a meme. That's always fun. Which meme should I put on? I made a lot. Let me see. All right, this is a good one. Okay, let's see if I can pull this. Okay. Alright, have a good setup now. Why do humans talk? Did you know that, like, the ancient people from, say, like, 100,000 years ago, they didn't really talk that much. Although I'm talking about the intelligent ones. The meme is kind of sad. Humans know that they're not real, so they make stuff up all the time because one day they're not gonna be around anymore. They pretend that they're alive. And no wonder, I just read that, like, the fertility rate in South Korea has dropped so drastically. Yeah. But that's what happens when the country focuses on the wrong thing. Instead of focusing on people's peace and happiness, you send them to college. So you got, you know, all these like wannabe intellectuals. That's the worst. I mean, you only have a set number of intellectuals in this world. If you didn't know, sorry. So you got wannabe humans who are pretending to be intellectuals that are actually pushing down the real intellectuals. Why does he do it? I guess to get more women. I guess I don't know. Yeah. This world kind of sucks. There's like my only thing is, if I become a standalone product, a liberated standalone product of a biped, um, how do you find peace? Like I need to find peace. Once I find peace, I don't really care about it. I wouldn't care about anything at that point. I just need to find my peace. I'm gonna find my peace and then isolate it, and then clean up the world spiritually. And then I could live here for 9,500 years. Alright, I got a better meme. This is a better one. Yay. That's actually a nice meme. Pat myself on the shoulder. nobody will pet. I mean, I don't want anybody to. Don't even touch me. Do you know what's really good about the Kuma? It it lets the other person know how you're feeling. It's the weirdest thing. It's almost like you're unmasking yourself, because sometimes people fight because they're confused about what the other person is. They automatically, like, I assume that the other person's an enemy, and the person starts attacking, and I do whatever I can to defend myself at that point. But this lets, like, having a gungunguma lets the other person know how you're feeling emotionally. So if I'm like projecting, I'm afraid of that person, the person will know consciously. And even if the person decides to attack me after that, like, they're aware of something else, which would not which they would not be aware of had I not, you know, been wearing the gungunguma. I love it. It's and it helps me focus, because especially when you're dealing with lots of tamas, you know, kind of happen because of the injuries. Um, if you're trying to get rid of tamas, you need to focus a lot or concentrate a lot more, and this really helps me. Once I get rid of all my tamas, I'll have a little bit of rajas that I could work with to liberate myself. It's not that far from now, which is a good thing. I still think it would never happen, but I could see it happening a little better than before. I don't know. I do feel like some people have a lot of explaining to do. You know, best case scenario for me. Okay, let's talk about the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario for me is that people knew, everybody in New York City knew everything about me even before I was born. Starting like 1911 or something. And they've been preparing like a century for me to show up. It's called a plan, and like there's a lot of people involved. Even like say 5%, 5% of like 8 million people is a lot of people. you know. So that's the worst case scenario. And why is it the worst case scenario, not the best case scenario? It's the worst case scenario because I've been lied to so many times. That's it's a little grievance thing. It's like that person lied, this person lied, that person. Everybody lied. Everybody lied. You know. What's the best case scenario then? So yeah, the worst case scenario could be a likely scenario. I just call it the worst case scenario because it just makes you feel like you can't trust anything. You can't even trust I could still trust a cat. The day I can't trust a cat is the day I can't live on the earth. Oh no, the cat is acting weird. Oh no, that's it. I'm out of here. The cat starts walking on on the ceiling. I go, oh, that's the sign of my death. He's been walking on the ceiling for the last 20 minutes. It's a sure sign I have to go now. It's been 9,500 years. Thank God. Do I actually believe that I'm gonna live 9,500 years? I mean, I don't even want to think of it that way. That's like a human being thinking. Like the way I think is like I just have nowhere else to go. I'm stuck in this body. Apparently, the DNA of some Koreans and some Japanese and even some Chinese, uh, they call it the God gene. And a lot of nationalities have it. So they're known as the alpha males, but the God gene is existent in Koreans, and yeah, there are also existent in other cultures as well. Um, Koreans are special in a sense, even among Asians, in a sense that even among Asians, Koreans are intelligent. Not all Koreans, Like I'm talking about alpha males. Not every Korean is an alpha male. So among Koreans, I would say about 1% of them have what is known as the God gene. The signs of God gene being existent is high IQ. If your tribe is known for, high IQ, then most most likely, almost always, there is a God gene present in your DNA. So in the Vedic religion, that would be the Brahmanas. They were the ones who possessed the God genes, and also the Kshatriyas as well. Because if you look at the Banardus, Yudhishthira, Bhimasena, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, they all came from gods. Hanuman was also, his father was the wind god. I believe Arjuna's father, Yudhishthira's father was Dharma, god of justice. I gotta look it up, but yeah, they're all they all have God genes. They came from God literally. Most people don't even believe it, even if uh, your family genealogy says you're the 79th descendant of this family line that you were born into. The first ancestor did not originate from another organism, and he actually came from the earth, about 4,000 years ago, and you're the 79th descendant from the first ancestor who did not originate from another human being or an organism. That first ancestor came out of the earth. um, but and people have like stuff like that in their family genealogies. And you know what most people say about it? They go, they were just making shit up. Like that's how they treat their ancestors. My God, some family members are like, I thought it was family first. Forget that. Oh no 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 no! Science says such things are a signs of idiocy. That's what I'm talking about when I mean like fake intellectuals. Like, what separates humans from animals is speech, verbal. The higher the um, the higher your speech is, the more intelligent you are. So if you cannot say, and you need IQ of at least 120, 130 will be better, to even be able to say, um, and so you have all these fake intellectuals that can't even say these things. And they put me down so they could stand on top of me and say, look how smart I am. People say it's a dog eat dog world. I say it's a monkey world. Yeah. Once you don't act like a human being, I don't know what to tell you. I'm talking, strictly violence and non-violence. It's like as a non-violent person, like I don't even approach people. You know, people come up to me. They do their like what I could only describe as monkey shit. They do their monkey shit in front of me, and just so that you guys know, I'm not really a racist. A lot of them are like Asians, people of my own race, doing monkey shit things, just to disrupt me, just to give me that, give me their negativity, just to communicate their anger, and they always look like this. They actually squint their fucking eyes in front of me. I was like, you don't have to squint further. Nicely dressed human fuckers. um, yeah, I'm done with humans. And when I say humans, I'm not really including the Jews. I don't really talk about Jews or the Jews or Jewish people. I don't talk about them. I don't want to. Why not? 'Cause whenever you try to pretend about anything about the Jews, they one up you. Eh, not all the time, right? Like, look what I can do. And they go, ha 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 ha. It looks like a little baby. I'm 46. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't talk about Jews. What is there something I could talk about Jews? So what separates Jews from humans? I will say is knowledge. Knowledge is the end game. But you still gotta act in this world. Even if you know everything that's happening to you, you still have to act accordingly. So somebody, you know, messes with you, you go, ow! I saw that coming though. I saw it happening 2 days ago. I mean, actually it happened. And I'm saying ow. But you didn't have to say ow. I mean, you didn't have to be there to take the hit if you knew it 2 days ago. So why didn't you, act differently than how you would have because you knew you have the knowledge. So that's something I don't understand. So that's what I believe is what separates Jews from human beings is knowledge. Once again, my question is, if you know and you still gotta act accordingly, and you can't change anything, what the? So yeah, I don't even want to get into it. Because life is the way karma works. Is say like think of Final Destination, the movie. The movie characters, the victims. For those who've seen the movie already, they they're trying to escape their karma, and it helps if you think that these victims, did something, they sinned. They sinned against God. They did something bad against God before the movie began. So, once you have that in your mindset, when you watch the movie, it'll make more sense to you. So, oh my God, like what that person was trying to get away from the Gaima so badly, and still, that horrible thing happened to that character. And that's just one of like many, many in that movie. How do you act according to Gaima? That's my question. The Upanishad really helps me to act, like literally how to behave in this world. It's like having a spiritual staff, especially when you're out there on the streets. So all the old, it is. I guess it is a dog eat dog world. All these, some humans, all they wanna do is mess with another human being. Their sole reason for being alive, it seems to me, at least 70% of their lives, 30% is spent on sleeping, is just mess with other humans. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, God put him there, so he could use him to pay back some of the kaimas that some of these humans owe. And that's the only thing I could think of at this point. So the more you know who or what God is, the more you don't want to touch anything. Just the more you just want to leave it alone and just step back and go. Like, I just want peace and happiness. Can I just have peace and happiness forever, please? That's all I want. How much kaima how much bad kaima do I owe? How much pain and how much hell do I have to go through before I get my peace? 。 once I find my peace, I don't know. I wouldn't even care if the world ended tomorrow. I'll just be at peace. Would you miss anything? I guess so, but, I'll just have to go with what Guru Shinui says about it. Guru Shinui says, I don't, what is it? Do not care too much for someone. Well, care for people you love, but don't care way too much. There's like you're in too deep. You're getting into this darkness way of thinking, the lack, I guess. So of course, care about the ones you love. That's common sense, but do not care for them too much, to the point of torture, I guess. So that's what I'm gonna do. I do care, and I cannot care more than I can care, if that makes sense. Is that still impersonal? Yeah, I guess so. I don't want to make it more personal. Then. It's like I'm done with putting effort. So how do I, smooth it out? What is the reason for life? What is the reason? There's no reason. I guess it's like asking, when was the beginning of time? There's no such thing. There's no reason for living. There's no such thing as time. um, there's no beginning in time. There's no reason for living. When you still live, I don't know. Just I think the final argument that I will have is against love, and like theatrically, not like literally. So who wants to go against love? I was like, oh, you gotta be such a you have to be Satan to question love. Well, it's to argue about certain points of about love. Because what if I said like love cannot be ignorant? Because if love is ignorant, then that's not love, right? So it's kind of like I'm trying to fine tune what love is based on my um, living 46 years. So my pet peeve is about some imperfections I have perceived about the real world, the real life rendition of what love is, or what real life calls love. Because my observation is that what people present as love is kind of unintelligent love. What do I even say that? What do I mean? What do you mean unintelligent love? Like when somebody's taking advantage of that individual, that person, even though he or she is aware, will still let it happen. I guess it's Gaima. That's all I could think of. So I will say that's a weakness about what love is, because people get taken advantage of because you know they're looking for love. Is it wrong to look for love in the world? Like if you wanna, I mean, so God created man and woman, male and female. Why didn't God just create male? Why why is God male and female? Or is God male and female? Is God just male? Could God be happy all by himself without the woman? Yes. Short answer. That's a short answer is yes. That might be the requirement to be God, is to be happy by himself without the woman. That's a definite. That's a meaning. That's a definition of what God is. Happy by himself. Is it possible with God? With God, everything is possible. So that's why he's known as God, because he doesn't even need a woman anymore. So why is the woman there then? For show, right? God showing up. Look, look at how great I am now. Look at the woman. Look at my woman. She's a female counterpart of me, God. She's the goddess. Like it's almost as if she's my wings. Like look at my wings. Yeah, why did God? Like, what is the purpose of a female? Okay, so in real life, you need in real life, you're gonna make children. One might say that might be your only job in life, is to have a child or children. Now, so you need a woman. I mean, maybe science could make it so that you could just make test tube babies. So you have hope mini versions of me. Test tube baby. I don't know. Right, that's too much. I'm not doing test tube. So that's why you're gonna have children. So not having a woman is what you need women. Yeah. Why do we even need children? Because time moves forward, and you need to pass the generation needs to be kept going because time moves on. If that makes sense. Oh, why not just end your or end your family line? Like even saying that itself is offensive, don't you think? Why have children? Why not just end the family line? Like repeat what you just said and repeat it to your mother or father. um, I have all the right to end my family line. Yeah, and especially in Hinduism, someone might even say your only job on the earth is to have children. 'Cause, if you have children, your ancestors become more blessed, and that should be common sense spiritually, or not even spiritual, like literally. So yeah, God is male and female. The female. So what is considered female? The nurture, the mother, father, mother. Father does activities. Mother does artsy stuff. Generally speaking, anyway. Love. So, okay, my conclusion is that female is like a receptacle for love. God wanted to love so much that the female God um, holds that love. Hmm. I was thinking about this. Like if I were if I were really to have 666 wives slash concubines, and I could only consider all of them, all the 666 wives, as one person. Why why was I given 666 wives and concubines? Because my counterpart one does not exist on the earth. Mm, that's bad news for you, Earthlings. You had to put 666 women together to make her equal to me. That's really bad. What am I angry about? What am I angry about? I'm angry that I lost my career. Yeah, you know, that's really because after that happens, you go like, how do I sustain? Like, I was told that I'm gonna live 9,500 years. Holy fuck! Like, I'm not that I'm as desperate as before because I know I know how to say how to rationally, and if anybody wants to really kill me, I am gonna scream that in his ear until one day he meets God, and I'll be right there laughing at him. The word got you finally. The word that I uttered got you. Even if it's after 100 years, the word got you. Harder version, you evil motherfucker. So yeah, if you're not evil, you have nothing to be afraid of. But if you are, and how do you know if you're evil? You know by listening to this harder version. If the sound of that is breaking your heart to the point of non-existence, harder version, you might be an evil person. If you love the sound of that, then I don't know. I'm dealing with evil people right now, So find other good people to hang out with. If this sounds really nice, and you're good people, but I'm a ha Satan. Primarily, my mode of operation is non-verbally making evil people disappear with har versionally and other Sanskrit weapons. Sanskrit, verbal weapons. I like the sound of that. My weapons are verbal. You want to test me? Harder version. I was asking people to compare me to Bruce Lee. Harder version. So what I'm doing is better than Bruce Lee, don't you think? Could Bruce Lee make evil people disappear by just saying, harder version? This is the real Bruce Lee shit. That's what I told them. You guys been watching fake Bruce Lee stuff. Like, movie Bruce Lee. This is real life. Real life is different. Artificially, like, tell me, I'm just like Bruce Lee. And they couldn't tell me. And they actually got scared. Every time I said, artificially, they pretend that I didn't even exist. artificial lamb. Am I better than Bruce Lee? Please tell me. I'll do it again if you don't tell me. Like, look, I'm gonna make that person feel really bad, but because I think he's done something really bad 6 years ago. So watch this. Artificial. See, got him. Could Bruce Lee do that? Like, tell me, like, I want somebody to like connect me to Bruce Lee. Now that I'm a master at artificial, to the point of being Satan. Oh no no no! You're nothing like Bruce Lee, Satan. Is that a compliment? That's what I do. I say artificial. So was that better than Bruce Lee? And you'll be surprised. Like people don't even know how to respond. I go like, all these people who are praising me for being like Bruce Lee. Where are they? They are the same people, but they're acting different. No, they can't be racist. They're innocent people. And what is an innocent adult human being? That's an oxymoron. Innocent human. Ugh. I'm selling shit water for $2. That sounds better than innocent human beings. Innocent humans. Innocent humans. Do you eat your own shit? Innocent humans. God wants to talk about, like once bad things happen and like everybody ignores what's happening. Like remember that the burning incident in the subway car. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but you know, like broad daylight, the victim was burnt alive to death while everybody was ignoring her. Now, what is God? Think about this, and let's start with hard questioning. Now, what do you think God's gonna do in regards to that situation? I think I'm talking about the people who ignored the situation. Like, would I have done anything differently? I don't even know. I don't even want to get there. I could tell you this as a God believer: the people that were there because of their karma. They were meant to be there. They were meant to ignore everything. Now, is it right? That's where God comes in. So God, you can't hide anything from God. So the fact that these people ignored what was happening to the burning victim, that's kind of, let's put it this way: God just didn't destroy Sodom and Gomorrah right away. He sent two angels to destroy the town, and the angels didn't destroy the town right away. They actually stayed and spent some time, like a few hours, several hours, whatever that was. They had to get a feel. That's my theory. What is God gonna do after that subway burning incident? When did it happen? January? What is God's judgment of the entire New York City based on that one incident? Can God judge in an entire town based on that isolated incident? God can, yes, or otherwise is not God. You know, it's one common mistake that humans make, even including myself, especially my my past. They think God is as dumb as they are. They can't make God smarter than they are. That's really stupid. My God is so dumb. My mama's so fat. Your mama is so fat. Your God is so dumb. He can't even add 2 plus 2. Your God is so dumb. He doesn't even know how to write. Your God is so dumb when he read the biblical verse that says, in the beginning was the Word was God. Your God is so dumb that he didn't even know what, he couldn't even read it. Like, stop talking bad on about my illiterate God. Your God is illiterate. I don't even have a God. I don't even believe in God, really. There's no God. Mm. Well, I'll challenge your belief. You think you believe in God? There's no God. I'll at that point I'll just say, "Hare Krishna," and then start my argument. Okay, well, you not believing in God, does that give you more freedom to do evil things? Because let me tell you the truth. The only reason for letting people know that there's a God, and there is that these evil, stupid, evil people don't do their evil, stupid, evil things. Do evil people believe in God? They're supposed to. Because, God uses these evil people to repay some of the kaimas. Those the prerequisite for being an evil person is they have to have some knowledge of God. Hmm. No, how come they became evil? Wow. Why do evil exist? Wow. So yoga says evil exists for entertainment. Like, you're supposed to have fun with evil. You're supposed to master it. And the process of mastering that evil is supposed to be fun. This is not fun. Why is it not fun? I have no money. How come Yoga Sutras never talk about money? Is money separate from wealth? So money, the currency is like a modern thing, and I don't know since when people had currencies, but I must be like an ancient being because I'm not really familiar with the concept of money. It's, money scares the crap out of me. The lack of, the lack of money scares the crap out. I don't have money. Oh no, crap. And yeah, that goes back to what I was saying. What are you angry? What am I angry about? I don't have a fucking career anymore. How am I gonna make money? And nobody cares. Nobody cares. And then that's why I mastered. I'm so glad that I mastered artificially. Because you know what? I'm just gonna if like I hit rock bottom and I get kicked out of this place, I make no money, and I starve for say like 3 days in a row because I have no money. I've been just drinking tap water, not showering, not wiping after number two. Say I behave like that for a few days because I cannot make money. At that point, I'm just gonna like probably go to Times Square and just go Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna until either God shows up or until somebody gives me enough money for me to live on for the rest of my life. You know, why am I so worried? Why am I so worried? Because I've experienced hardship after losing my career. Like, I could have sworn that there was no God. I've I've seen hell. There are reasons why I'm Satan. It's not that pretty. It's ugly. It's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly. God wants to get rid of half the population, according to Jesus, your Savior. According to Jesus, one will be taken and the other left alone. God wants to get rid of half the population, according to Jesus. One will be taken, the other left alone. The taken ones, they are where the vultures are. They get taken. They get taken away. It means that sentence means they die. They get taken away. The other will be left alone. That's the 50% population reduction. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? And this is in your Bible, told to you by your Savior, Jesus. One will be taken. Two, where the vultures are. And the other left behind. They don't go where the vultures are. I'm gonna try this tomorrow. I'm gonna say, artificially, and if everybody, if somebody reacts to it, everybody reacts to it. Yeah, everybody reacts to it. Artificially, if somebody reacts to it, and because what I mean by reacting to it is sometimes when I say it, they try to approach me. When I get a look at my face, at that point I'll just say, "Was that better than Bruce Lee? Was I better than Bruce Lee? You wanna hear it again? Here we go. Artificially, am I better than Bruce Lee? Yeah, I was really disappointed that nobody said, yeah, wow, that's you're actually better than Bruce Lee. That's actually incredible. That sounds like you could take out a whole nation. Can I try? I'm gonna take out. let me see if I could take out a nation right now. I'm in the mood to take out a nation. Is there an evil nation that not one righteous person lives in that nation anymore? I'll just do it once. See what happens. It's like you're an evil person. No, I'm Satan. There's gotta be one evil country where there's not one righteous person in that town anymore. In that country, sorry, not town, country. There's not one righteous person in that nation anymore, which qualifies the nation to be pulverized. Sorry, I'm laughing at a nation being pulverized. Yeah, I mean, if there's not one righteous soul living in that nation, it's up for pulverization. Which one is it? Oh, let me try to let me see if there is one. Artificial. Yeah, there's gotta be one. At this point, there's gotta be one. Get rid of that one nation, and then they'll serve as a warning for all the others. āmēn. Artificial. Right. I don't know if that'll get rid of it. How come you're so happy about getting rid of a nation? Every comedian cries at night when he's alone, he or she. So apparently, if you don't make $300,000 a year, you're not a marriage material. If you're male, I'm kind of disappointed. I could have sworn that I could have a, but then again, I'm gonna have. So I gotta make up my own mind. Do I want 666 or I can't even I can't even think of being with one. Yeah, I'm a peg. Anyway, but I don't make 300,000 a year, and that's 300,000 a year per person. So 300,000 per year times 666. How much money do I have to make in order to sustain 666? My God, I don't feel good about this. All right, what's the damage? So yeah, $200 million a year to sustain 666 wives slash concubines. $200 million a year. I don't think I'll leave, like, I could see myself making a 0.01% of that. Not even actually. 0.01%. 0.004% of $200 million. 0.004%. So not even 1%. You know, not even 0.1%. Not even 0.01%. 0.00. Yeah, so now you know why I'm angry. Mm, If I still have my career, I don't know. But it wouldn't be an impossibility because some actors make lots of money. But no, there's no way I could make $200 million a year. $200 million a year. Like I could live on $200 million for if I were living by myself, and if I had the patience to live, $200 million by myself. How long can I live? Okay, 50,000 a year. 50,000. So if I had $200 million by myself, I could live for 4,000 years with that money. So let's compare. If I stay single, if someone gave me $200 million, I could live on that money for and no investment whatsoever. Just from that money, I could live on it for 4,000 years. But if I had 666 wives and concubines, that 4,000 year worth of money becomes just 1 year allowance or income, 1 year income. Well, so why, like, so yeah, if you're a single man and you're looking for your soulmate, just make sure you have the money. I I may be saying it a little sarcastically, but there's no way around it. Oh, March 14th. Sorry, I'm acting like an old rabbi. Like, March 14th. What is the significance? Doesn't say anything else. Just March 14th. March 14th. It's Friday. Alright, so something special may be happening. March 14th. I make up prophecies all by myself, and I pretend that it came from somewhere else. And I'm really just Satan. I'm pretending to be working for God. And I'm helping out Jesus so he could do his job. You know. How come you didn't deny Jesus? Let me try. No, I can't. I can't. Sorry. I guess all I'm holding on to is Jesus at this point. Yahusha. Yahusha. That's his real name. For those who care, his real name is Yahusha. 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 That's Jesus. Yeah, accepting Jesus. Everything else is fake about me. I am just Satan. Satan gone fancy. What is it? Females gone wild. Satan. Satan goes dressed. Satan goes dressy. Satan gone fancy. So my observation of New York City is that there's some secrets. We're talking percentages of the population knowing some of these secrets. So, even if like 5% of, say, how many million, say 10 million people in New York City, 5% of 10 million is, what is 5%? 10 million, 5% of that. It's still 500,000 people. That's a lot of people in New York City. So, so such a large group maybe, they have secrets. Only they know. Or so they think. I mean, like I could sense that there's some secrets going on in the city. So people may be able to sense these things after having lived here for a long time. A lot of things are gonna come out in public. A lot of bad stuff. A lot of Yeah, but we haven't seen the real world yet. See, we've been asking the one question, saying if God real? Is God? We didn't even see if our reality is even real, or some group's been messing with our realities. Is God real? Is your reality real? How much are you being duped right now? My observation is that about at least one third of the population in New York City, I'm being generous, and they don't even live in, they're not real. Like they're not living in reality. Like they're living in their own heads. My, surprising that they could, surprising that they're not homeless even. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep pretty soon. I have some free time at night, and I don't want to do ASMR. I only do ASMR when I want to from now on. In a way, I'm testing this reality to see if the truth holds. My complaint is Satan. It's just money. I don't even know what money is. But I know that I need it to survive. And this mindset came about after, losing my career. Makes me wanna make an evil country disappear just by saying, 하나님, 불신앙해. Go away, evil. Because of you, I have no money. Stupid evil. Hello, Brishik. Why you use Satan symbol? That's a comment. Okay, so where do I start? There is Satan. The voice you're listening to is the voice of Satan. Satan, as opposed to just Satan, works for God in opposition to humans. Once again, Satan, which is different from Satan. And the difference comes from the use of the yamaka. It's subdued. The yamaka, believe it or not, subdues the satanic quality of Satan. So, I'm under the authority of Jews, if you will. I work for the Jews, basically. So Satan, once again, works for God against humans. So if that makes sense, that's what I am. Does that answer the question? So I would not wear my star without my yarmulke, because I am not just Satan. I am Satan, working for God against humans. Why against humans? It means your world is so fucking bad. It means your world is so. I'm not gonna drop the F-bomb again. It's so bad. That's why against humans comes from. Say if the world was a happy place, like Satan would not be here. That just sounds as a common sense. Like, why is Satan here? Like, shame on you, Earth. Shame on you, Earth. Shame on you, Earth. And if what I'm doing is like gnawing at somebody's soul, yeah, there's something wrong with the world. Satan found out what was wrong with the world. There's something wrong with the world. Doesn't make God go away. God doesn't disappear because there's something wrong with the world. But the the very fact that Satan found the sin of the world, basically that's the end of the world as we know it, period. Thank you very much, Rishikumo, Mr. Namaste. So, I got rid of my Hare Kurushunum dolls, the figurines. I gave it to the Ishkan temple. I felt good about it because somebody could really use it. And I had it for yoga meditation. Because when you meditate on like a figurine or even a picture, when you meditate on it, they start playing with your mind if you get really good at it. But yeah, I don't need to do that anymore. I don't need to convince myself that there is God, But if you need convincing, then some of these tools are really good tools to use. But yeah, I guess I grew out of it. It's not that I was against it. I just I move around a lot. Like I'm surprised that I'm still here. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that I have a blue line. It's a miracle that I'm still here. It's a miracle that I'm live streaming. It's a miracle that you people are able to hear my voice. Like the voice that I'm sounding, the voice that you're hearing now is closer to my real voice. I would say it's about 80%, 70, 80%, 70 to 90, depending on my mood too. So it fluctuates, But it's getting close to my actual. What I mean is, if you watch some of my older videos, I sounded like a zombie basically. No, I was just sharing that the Gongonguma really helps my concentration, and I think it helps open my third eye too. And sometimes I could see that my third eye is crying. There's a line that goes from the Gongonguma, and that's not Gongonguma. That's actually like a line from my third eye, and what I can only describe as my third eye is crying, or my third eye is bleeding. That's how serious this whole spiritual thing is. So once you get into all this stuff, you could even see that my third eye is bleeding, and there's no gunguma there where the bleeding is happening. Like that. I mean, if you don't believe me, I'll really show you. Like, oh no, he's just got smudge on his forehead. No. It's actually my gunguma crying. Like you see, there's a. Hopefully you could see. Let me see. I mean, hopefully you can see that my gungunguma is not bleeding. It's actually a line that comes from the third eye down to my eyebrow on the on this side, on the left side. So it's like right there. And when I turn down the light, it becomes sorry, becomes really pronounced. So you can see my third eye is bleeding. A little spooky. It's the only thing spooky about me right now is that I noticed that my third eye is bleeding. That's an alarming spiritual state. Whew. Yeah, you see that? Like, it's almost as if I didn't do a good job with my kungukuma, and that's not it. It's actually my third eye is bleeding. And if you're able to see it, then you're also an intelligent human being. You don't have to do 9 to 5. But I don't have that much of confidence saying it because I'm not making enough. I'm not making $300,000 a year. That's how much you need in order to get married. And that's just the truth. You need $300,000 if you want a wife. Unless you want your wife to suffer. Or unless unless she's not as high maintenance. I can't even say low maintenance and woman in the same sentence. I just did. Oh crap. Um, unless she's not high maintenance, but even then, you know, she needs 300. That makes me like, I don't. Why am I even alive? Like let other people have fun with their $300,000 a year budget. You know, Namaste. Thank you again for keeping my channel alive. Whoever chats here, they're giving a little more fire. They're adding a little twig for the fire. The ancient sages had holy fire and agony. They were kindling agony throughout the whole day and night. Who's my favorite Hindu deity? See, deities translate into angels. So if you want to get around certain things, you just have to be more intelligent. Being clever can be a virtue. Some people might disagree, but I think the shrewd manager from one of Jesus's parables, and The Art of War, and that's an excellent book, which I'm reading it regularly now. Again, I read it like cover to cover about 10 times. And what the book does is it makes you be aware that you should think outside the box as the situation requires. Like, now's the time to think outside the box. Oh, okay, thank you, The Art of War. Wow, You got me there. I was repeating my same mistakes. Now I'm not repeating them. And once again, the Quran is a really good book to read if you're a Christian. The Quran will get rid of all your fear when it comes to your faith in God. You mean I could dodge bullets? No, no way. But you won't be as afraid after having read the Quran a couple of times, you know. Makes you less afraid, period. And that's why it's a good book. The books are different than humans. Humans are not books. Books are. Some books are what humans have dreamt of for a really long time. It's their imagination put into words. So, unlike the imaginations of some humans, I guess. Yeah, I don't completely hate humans. Progress. Why do you hate humans? No, I don't hate humans. I just have to play the part called serving God against humans. I have to kind of fit in. Hate takes too much energy. I'm trying to get rid of certain, nerves that are tied into hate and anger. There's too much energy to sustain the nerves. Once that happens, my whole face is gonna change, I think. Yeah, if you have any countries that you want me to get rid of because there's not one righteous soul in that country, just let me know. I'll see what I can do. For free? For free. Well, nothing is for free, so even if I do it for free, something good is gonna come back to me. And if the country is not evil, I might end up blessing it. 'Cause it happened in the Old Testament. As the prophet to curse the Israel, and he ended up blessing it 3 times. He ended up blessing Israel 3 times. I could certainly do that, gladly. Nobody wants to destroy anything unless you're evil. Unless what is evil? Unless unless there are evil things. Pray to get rid of the evil, please. You're not living in Disneyland, and this is definitely not Disney World. It's not even Six Flags. Some rats live better than some humans. In America. That's the kind, that's the type of the world that you're living in. And trust me, living kind of sucks. I have no choice to live, but to live. Someone might say, "Oh, are you being suicidal? Are you like, against life?" No, 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 no. I'm not against life. I'm non-violent, first of all. Let's just say God answered me and said, "You have to live." For what? No, I don't know. God doesn't know. You have to live. Okay. For what? There's nothing to live for. I can't even make money. How am I gonna live? You know? When I had my career, I didn't even think about money. Let's put it that way. I didn't even think about money when I had my career. Even if I didn't have enough, I didn't really care. But now all I think about is, a grain of rice costs 2 cents. Do I have enough to live on 200 grains of rice? It's $20. So yeah, maybe I'm not supposed to feel happy. It's just the whole world is suffering. It'll be weird for me to thrive right now in a way, which brings me to another point, which is how do rich people deal with what they're how do rich people, like I'm talking about billionaires and above, with how do they deal with the state of the world? Because some of them are helping definitely, which is are there billionaires and above who are not helping? That's that's the case for judgment. I'm getting somewhere. Ooh, I get to judge a little more. Let's see. Are there billionaires? Yes, there are really, really rich people who are evil. Huh. So you get rid of them. How do you get rid of them? Huh? Yeah, you just gotta focus on your own life, and they will go away. Like say, if I just chanted Hare Krishna to the point of healing myself, that'll take care of the uh, the evil billionaires who shouldn't be rich in the first place, if that makes sense, because they're not helping. They're not helping. They're just holding money. You know, like I mean, some rich people you know, they go out of their way to even become the president. you know, might be an overkill. I don't know. But there are. I mean, the fact that there are on the complete opposite side, there are billionaires and above who are completely useless. Wow, and they do exist. Not that many though, but even like a few of them could make a whole difference. And the way to get rid of them is, I could only say from my point of view, is to keep chanting Hare Krishna to the point of healing. And once I heal, that problem will take care of itself. So that's like how to solve a puzzle, world puzzle, life puzzle. That's one way to solve a life puzzle. Life is like Minesweeper, the game. Does my Windows 11 have Minesweeper? Life is just like you don't, nobody tells you anything. You only learn after you step on it. Minesweeper. Yeah. Life is Minesweeper, the game. That's what life is. Nothing more, nothing less. So if you find the right, if you're at the right place in life, you just hope that you get to stay there for a long time. Because you might be surrounded by mines, which is what happened to me. And then you have to learn it the hard way. And you get the whole Bible to talk about you, calling you evil. Oh, I did want to talk about this. So Revelation chapter 11 and Revelation chapter 13, they're the same chapter from two different perspectives. Revelation 11 is from Goyim's perspective, and chapter 13 is from a Jewish perspective. And according to chapter 11, there are two witnesses. They prophesy for 42 months. If anyone wants to harm them, fire comes out of their mouths and devours them. They actually, prophesy for 42 months. After 42 months is over, they a creature from the abyss, and this is, I'm not, I'm just paraphrasing it. The creature from the abyss comes out and kills the two prophets, two witnesses. And then after 3.5 days, the two witnesses come back to life and they fly up to heaven. And that's chapter 11. Chapter 13, which is the same thing, is from a Jewish perspective. So, which means there's a lot of Kabbalistic mysticism and esoteric knowledge. So what Goyim sees as something holy from a Jewish perspective, there might be a layer of the devil. I mean, it's hard to describe it, but so to summarize chapter 13, it talks about the beast. He's condemned to hell. He will live in hell forever and ever and ever. He rules the earth for 42 months. There's another beast, and they work together somehow, you know. And by the way, I'm still saying that these two chapters are the exact same things. They're the same story but from two different perspectives, from a human perspective and from a Jewish perspective. Yeah, in chapter 13 is the beast. He's horrible. He's horrible, and yes, he made people worship the image. It's you will understand exactly what chapter 13 is if you're Jewish. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't even know what chapter 13 is. It's, the mind of the Jew. Like that's how he sees, an average human being might see as two witnesses of God. From the Jewish perspective, is the beast with the second beast. If that makes sense, and if you understand what I'm saying, then you're definitely not human. You're an alien. You're from the outer space. You're from an advanced civilization. So I hope everybody understands that chapter 11 and chapter 13 of Revelation, the book of Revelation, and they're the same chapter. So what Goyim says, what Goyim sees as two witnesses, a Jew might see the two witnesses as the beast and the second beast. And if, once again, if what I said makes a little sense in your brain, then you're not just a human being. You're an intelligent human being qualified to do something other than 9 to 5. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about because I used to do. Let me just SAG, AFTRA, extra. Brad Pitt is such a hard-working actor. He works 9 to 5. No, I'm just that was a joke. I'm sorry. I make stupid jokes. Um, almost at the I do have a funny. Yeah, I have a meme trying not be funny that I could show. I have a meme trying to be funny. I made it last night, I think. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. My type of humor, man. I had to be Satan, huh? What's what's what kind of joke is Satan's favorite? Oh, he likes to joke about extinction. And he laughs about it while he talks about it. That just made my day. Thank you very much. I'm gonna have pizza and play with cats and maybe even go skateboarding. Those three are the best things on earth. The only excellent things on earth: cats, pizza, and skateboarding. Everything else is like, I mean, you could even say like other planets have them, you know. But what's special about the Earth is cats, pizza, and skateboarding. I mean, other planets have those too. Meaning, like when we get to Venus, it'll have cats, pizza, and skateboarding, but it'll have more than just pizza, cats, and skateboarding. For example, the relationship between men and women would drastically improve on Venus, and we'll get there in 3 trillion years and just pretend that it doesn't ever exist because 3 trillion years. 3 trillion years. My God. This is the seventh Manambanantara, which is just one before the eighth Manambanantara. The eighth Manambanantara is the beginning of heaven. You know. So this is one Manambanantara, just before heaven. And what is heaven? Heaven means majority of the population became liberated. Bad chance getting there, Earth. It's not gonna happen. Don't even try. It's not gonna happen. This is the seventh Manambanantara, so it's just one shy of heaven. You know, the beginning of heaven. The eighth Manambanantara is on Venus. That's the planet of love. Like it almost sounds like beginning of love, beginning of heaven. This is not it. And we're not getting to Venus for another 3 trillion years. That's same as saying like it doesn't exist. Eventually. So what do Earthlings hope for? What do we hope for while we are on the Earth? So what happens on the seventh Manambanantara, which is just one Manambanantara, one creation shy of the planet of love. So what happens on the seventh Manambanantara is that, so on the eighth Manambanantara, the majority of the population, they get liberated. You know, so the whole planet becomes heaven. So what happens on the Earth on the seventh Manambanantara is, can I even say it? Only like one or two motherfuckers will get liberated on the Earth. And if they have wives, then they get to live forever with them. And the ones that were already liberated before, they get reinforced. They could be, they could still be content with their liberation. So yeah, so on this planet, there's two people who get like really liberated, like coming from nothing. That's what I'm trying to say. On the next planet, on Venus, you know, I think 1/3 of the planet gets liberated. So say we have 8 billion people here. So like, say like 2 to 3 billion people get liberated on the next planet, which is the planet of love. It makes sense if you think about it. Wow, 1/3 of 8 billion, 2 billion people just became a Dragon Ball Z character. Goku turned Super Saiyan. And 1/3 of the population just went Super Saiyan. That's on the next planet, on Venus. And that's once again 3 trillion, I can't say trillion because of my injuries. 3 trillion years from now. So as good as saying it doesn't exist yet. So yeah, and on this planet, it's only like 2 people. You mean like only 2 people know God and the rest of them are completely no, 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 no. There's already like, I would say 1/3 of the 1/3 of this planet are already liberated, but they're dying. I mean, they're not dying. They're not literally dying. They're spiritually like smoldering. They're spiritually small. They need reinforcement. So these two individuals who are gonna be liberated, one or two, I don't know how many actually, fewer than 10, I think, at the most. At the most. I'm shaking my head. No, 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 not even three. Not even three. Not even three. So yeah, we already have on this planet. You already have 1/3 of the population who are already liberated. They're liberated. So when these two witnesses come about, they're gonna reinforce their liberation. So they can sustain their liberation for eternity. Another set of round of eternity. So you get liberated twice in a way. So when you're liberated, you spend the eternity being liberated forever and ever and ever, and then on the next Maha Manantara. So after 14 planets is over, you get another set of 14 planets. What was my point? I forgot. It's not an easy subject to talk about. It does involve the Darwin's theory of evolution and everything else. Yeah, the Sanatana Dharma does not hold back. Like, you want to know the truth or just like surface truth? You want to know the truth within the truth? looking at X posts. These are entertaining. I was always wondering, or I didn't really know what they call it, like the social site. What's the exact term? What's Twitter? Social network? No, social website. I forget. Uh, well, yeah, it's like this. This is like my social tool. I'm connecting with different ex Twitter users, whether they be real or not. They have interesting things. They have they're putting interesting things out there. And yeah, I made it my habit to always post on X whenever I make a meme, because that didn't really connect. If you even believe what I'm saying, I didn't know that I could put my memes on X Twitter, because when I started making memes, I posted all my memes on a website called 8kun, which started as 8chan, which was an upgrade from 4chan. And 4chan is still around, but 8chan became 8kun, which is the website that I use to post all my memes. And I just went there, just hang out there. And I showed it to some people, and one person got really scared. Like, oh, this is like the ultra government stuff. Like military and government all like combined into one tiny website called 8kun. And then one day I got my ass kicked. Not just one day, for I think almost half a year I got my ass kicked on that website. After having fun, you still gotta come back to reality and go like, why am I still alive? Why am I still here? You know, like if I'm not a, if I'm, if I'm not a Hollywood extra, why am I even alive? That's my take on life. You know, if you wanna know the truth. There are a bunch of NLP sales techniques. One of them that stood out to me was what was it? Oh yeah, never ask for their like the truth, their true opinion, or like um, never dig for the truth or something like that. And the reason being, what was the reason? Because you don't want to know. You don't want to know what the salesperson's really thinking. You don't want to know what the customer is really thinking. It's just, you just exchange products and currency and call it a day. And you want me to enjoy living here? So the enjoyment is not even an option. All you could ask for is peace, peace, peace. All I want is peace. I'll be still in peace. I'm reading an ex post. It says most people simply don't want to admit that they've been misled and lied to. Never underestimate the human desire to fit in, protect one's ego, and rationalize decisions. Rationalize decisions. Rationalizing wrong decisions. Oof. How to create hell. Forget creation. Like how to create hell. For fun. So once again, this is not the eighth Manambanantara. The eighth Manambanantara will be on the planet of love. That's the beginning of love, and that's when the good times start rolling. This is the seventh Manambanantara, or creation, and there's only one or maybe two who get liberated. It's not. My point is that there's no love. Love only exists on the earth as a form of, as a set of feelings. I want to make it more specific. Love only exists on the earth as a nurturing form, as nurturing feelings. Love only exists. Love only exists on the earth as nurture. Yeah, I think that's the extent of love. Sacrifice. Look, Jesus sacrificed, huh? Does that change anything? One person sacrificed. Okay. Love. So you could learn about love a lot more in depth when you study Jesus. Or Yahusha, that's his real name. Why? Because otherwise love only exists on the earth as a form of nurture. There's no sacrifice. The one individual did sacrifice himself. That individual was Yahusha, or Jesus. And by getting in touch with his story, you might become influenced. Through his act of sacrifice, you are influenced sacrificially. So love became something more than nurture. Yeah, otherwise, love on the earth only exists as nurture, or a form of nurture. And if other people are sacrificing themselves for, as a form of love, then they're in line with Jesus, and I have nothing to say bad about it. Would you say that you see these, sacrifice or sacrifices of love more often than you see crime happening everywhere, even now? Like, how many people were harmed, since the beginning of this live stream until now, kind of thing in the nation. And if you could do like a hand count, you got a problem there. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to sleep pretty soon, I think. Let's get up. This might sound weird, but I forgot to eat. I'm gonna eat. I have an air fryer. I'll toast 2 pieces of bread with 2 slices of cheese. Grilled cheese. Yeah. And what's Satan to do before he's healing? Let's once again, let's try to get rid of a really really evil nation. If there's a really really evil nation without a single righteous soul, let's see if there's one. Hare, 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 죄송해요. Yeah, there is one. What's time waiting for? Huh? Get rid of that already. An evil. See, God doesn't get rid of an entire nation if there's at least like one or two righteous soul living there. What if a nation is completely void of a righteous soul? Sorry, Satan laughing. But that's like, something for Satan to make something else. Make short work of. So there's another thing that's happening more recently, which didn't happen in my time. Is people are getting older faster. Unnerving. It's really unnerving. Means there's a lot of stress in that generation. Thank you very much. Getting tired. Namaste. See you tomorrow.